Thank you for all coming tonight. I'm very excited to share Provincetown with you tomorrow. It's a spot that has a special personal connection for me and also many fond memories. My great-grandfather was the lighthouse keeper at Provincetown's Race Point Lighthouse, and my grandmother, who I knew, spent summers there with her father. As a child, I spent summers at my grandparents' home in nearby North Truro. Right across from their house was the very pond where Pilgrim women washed their clothes when the Mayflower was anchored in 1620. Tomorrow, as we approach Provincetown, the first thing that you will see is the 252-foot Pilgrim Monument, the tallest granite structure in the United States. It sits atop High Pole Hill, which rises 100 feet above sea level. Back in 1892, a group of citizens met and called themselves the Cape Cod Pilgrim Memorial Association. Their main purpose was to raise money to build a permanent memorial in Provincetown to commemorate the first landing of the Pilgrims in the New World. 9 years later, they were still talking about it. Captain Henry Sears, at a meeting held in Brewster, Massachusetts, stepped up, addressed the crowd, and delivered a passionate speech. I'm going to read part of it here to you. Here in this harbor was the first landing made, the first prayers said, the compact, that immortal charter of civil liberty, drawn and signed. Here, the first white child saw the light and breathed New England air. Here in this soil lie the first pilgrims to succumb to the hardships of their journey. Here on Cape Cod, the pilgrims drank their first sweet New England water. Here they met their earliest adventures while exploring the country to find a place for a permanent settlement. Well, that passionate speech must have gotten the ball rolling, because in 1902, the town of Provincetown deeded High Pole Hill to the Cape Cod Pilgrim Memorial Association. Work immediately began to raise funds for the monument. By 1907, the group had raised $92,000. Advertisements were placed in newspapers asking people to send in their ideas for designs. Over 100 designs were received. The group sorted through them and found many suitable designs, but many were obelisks. The group cast those aside because it resembled too much the Washington Monument, which was being built in our nation's capital, and also Bunker Hill Monument being constructed in Boston. Instead, how many here have traveled to Siena, Italy? Ooh, quite a few. Perhaps this looks familiar to you. This is the Torre del Maggia, which sits in the main square of the Piazza del Campo. It was built in 1348. Its name literally means Tower of the Eater. And I read that it was named after the first bell ringer of the tower. You'll notice that there are 3 levels. There's this brick shaft. There's this stone structure that rather flares out. And then this top portion is marble. That was added on in 1352. It was in a tribute to the Virgin Mary, thankfulness from the survivors of the Black Plague. So with the design set, it was time to build the foundation. The foundation was a solid mass of concrete with twisted rods. It measured 60 feet square and was 8 feet deep. Now, with the foundation built, it was time to set the cornerstone.